What's up, Sales Drive Home Nation? What's going on? This is Dennis. It is a Thursday afternoon, and we are driving home, and we are thinking about sales, and we are thinking about today, or at least I am. And I'm going to get you thinking this way. I am thinking about the weekend. It is Labor Day weekend. Is that good or is that bad? See, I've been some places where Labor Day weekend was just banging. I mean, it was like, so on the road that goes out to Hilton Head Island in South Carolina, there's a dealership group there, and I worked there for a little bit. And weekends and Sundays and holidays, it was banging because people were driving by. And we were right on that road, and they drove by and they stopped, and it was awesome. But then there's some other places where Labor Day weekend, everybody leaves and goes other places, and you're looking out the window for somebody. So what have you done already? What have you been doing this week to set up this weekend? Labor Day weekend. Epic. What are you going to do to make it the epic weekend that it should be? Well, hopefully you've been working on it and drilling it and just getting on it all week, setting appointments and selling cars and asking for referrals and calling every customer back all the time, 100% of the time. Hopefully you've been doing that. But if not, you know what's so cool about car sales? Look, all these cars that I drive by every day, everybody needs a car. All these people need cars. That guy needs a new car. That guy definitely needs a new car. But how do you get to him? Look at that. There's another one. Needs a new car. How do you get to him? You got to find a way, man. You got to think about it. So last month I talked about doing some service campaigns at the dealership level, and I talked about giving out. Doing some service campaigns, Facebook and YouTube and Google and all that other happy stuff that I do all the time. And so we've been rolling with that, and you know what? So I've been rolling with that for a little bit. I've had a couple of campaigns in place, but I really kicked it in this month. And you know what? Our RO count is up. And it's only been, I'm going August to September, but the first 3 real days of the month, it's up. And you know what that means? When that's up, everything else goes up. Because there's people, there's activity, there's stuff going on. So maybe you can't maybe you don't control the dealership's advertising. But what can you do, man? Can you call your customer base and set some service appointments? Get people in there for service. Maybe they're not interested when you talk to them at first about buying a car. And that's okay. Man, think about the service appointments that you can be working on. And hopefully your service advisors are drilling it and making those phone calls and touching those customers that haven't been in service in 6 months or 1 year, or doing all that recovery that they need to be doing, making sure that their recalls are called, and everybody that's around them that's in their area has everything that they need on their vehicle. But as a salesperson, man, I got a customer base of my own. Am I taking care of them? Am I making those service calls? Am I scheduling my customer service? You know what? We talked about giving out gift cards, right, for Starbucks or wherever for sold customers. What does it take if you sell a car and you want to keep that service? I don't know the number for sure. All right, off the top of my head, I'm thinking that I heard at one time from one source or another that if a customer comes to a dealership for service, 85% of the time, if they buy a car, they buy from the dealer that they service at. Some of that's geography, right? You live somewhere and there's a dealership and you go there for service and that's the dealership, I'm going to buy there too. But some of it's just the built up loyalty, the capital of loyalty. You know, one of the things that I tell salespeople when I'm training them, I'm talking to them about, there's a trust between a customer and a salesperson. And at the beginning of that relationship, there's no trust. So if you think about that like a piggy bank, you know, like a little piggy bank sitting on your counter. And at the beginning of wherever you start putting things in this piggy bank, there's nothing in it. But you keep dropping coins in that trust bank. You try and build trust with the customer. You are able to answer questions. You're able to do that truthfully. And through this whole experience, you keep dropping coins in the trust bank. Well, guess then what you get to do? You get to make some trust bank with withdrawals. You get to take some money out of that trust bank because you've built that trust up with those customers. You're creating brand loyalty for you, for your dealership, for your brand, whatever. So make some trust withdrawals. Get some people in for service. You know, if they're going out of town for this weekend, you still got tomorrow, maybe Saturday. Hey man, you're going out of town, that's great. Did you get your vehicle checked out? You want to make sure that everything's good on your vehicle? You know, do you need to get service done on your vehicle? Let's go. Let me get you in. I'll go talk to my guys in the service department. I'll get you in. So make some withdrawals out of your trust bank. And if you don't have a trust bank, start building it. But every time you talk to a customer, every time you deal and interact with customers, remember, you're trying to drop as much money into that trust bank. You're trying to drop as many coins in there as you can, because later on you want to go back and pull some of that out. Not that they're not going to trust you, but you want to take some of that capital out. You know, I built this trust bank capital with this customer. This customer trusts me. So I can go to them and I can tell them the way things are. I can get some referrals. I can do some stuff. Sometimes it's awesome. You know what's awesome? This is a straight 90-degree turn. I just turned subjects here. You know what's awesome? Would you train a salesperson or you train somebody in the BDC and you see them get it? I saw somebody get it today. I saw somebody that you tell something to and you tell them, hey, this is how you do it. This is what you're supposed to say. If you say it, this will happen. And they say it and it happens. That's awesome, isn't it? And it's just stupid little things. But stupid little things make the difference. You know, as a professional salesperson, I know that there are phrases and sentences that I should put together and say. And then I also know that there are some things out there that I don't need to say to customers because it blocks the path that I'm on. So, what are some of those things? What are some of those things that you say or don't say to customers? I got a little sun action going on there, move that. I mean, and it's simple stuff. But a lot of times you have to remember that if you have a certain script or you have a certain phrase, bigger than a phrase, like a certain lineup of words that you're going to use in a presentation or in a demonstration, and you know they work, you also know that if you change the words, you change the meaning. So you need to fine-tune that. I think that's what, maybe tomorrow I'm going to talk about that. Tomorrow we're going to talk about some of the words that you don't want to change in your presentation. Some of the words that you don't want to change in maybe your phone script or what you say to people on the phone. So that's it. I'm out of time. I got to get off. Thanks for joining me. This is the Sales Drive Home. Email me, Dennis@thesalesdrive.com. Dennis@thesalesdrive.com. Let's have a weekend, huh? Let's make it epic. Epic. Email me at Dennis@thesalesdrive.com. I already said that. I'm out. Bye. Peace.